Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Ghost Trick. On today's episode, we return to the present to try to find out if Jowd is as much of a jerk when he was alive as he was when he was dead. You're not out of the woods yet. Well, let me give you one piece of advice. What's that? When we get back to the present, head for the spoon. Spoon, huh? We'll see when we get back, Sissel. Hey, that might actually have been helpful. Maybe. Now the execution can't be carried out. Detective Jowd is safe for the moment. A new present has been born. However, Jowd still isn't safe from execution, of course. I guess I still have a job to do. Help a death row inmate escape from prison. Happy times. Chapter 9, 11:13 p.m. We didn't waste a whole lot of time down there. Now I'm back in the present, and it's completely shrouded in darkness. I can't see it, but I can feel the tension in the air. It's a state of emergency. And that's only natural. With the power failure, all the cell bars opened automatically. Plus, now a death row inmate is loose in the darkness. I did what I promised Lynn. I stopped the execution, but that condemned criminal is now in just as much danger as before. Check it out. Flashlights. The lights are even more out than they were before. What can we do here? Can we turn the lights on? Nope. Absolutely nothing. So, we were told to head for the spoon, which I believe is right here. There we go. The detective told me to head for the spoon when I got back to the present, so here I am. I guess that was a signal sent by Jowd to wake this guy up again. Bell, better go back. Possibly that guy's only line of dialogue in the whole game. Free ride! Whew, I'm back. Thank goodness someone flushed his toilet. That was good timing. Now to use the cover of darkness to help the detective escape. But first I have to find him. Uh-oh. It's a real cop. It's prisoner C-74. Secure the prisoner. Guess this guy didn't get away. So, are we really escaping at that guy's expense? I mean, he was weird, but I feel kind of bad about that. Looks like there are hunters in this darkness. I hope they haven't found Detective Jowd. So now you know what all those guns in the emergency room were for. They clearly weren't for Bailey and the actual incompetent cops. So, where is Jowd? Uh-oh. Will-o-the-wisp. What's that red light? Looks like the hunter's eyes glow red. Hey, there's Jowd. He's a pretty big guy, but he hides pretty well. Either that or this is your typical stealth guard who has no peripheral vision whatsoever. Anyway, we can move over to Jowd like normal. This is at least the third time we've been to his room. Let's say hi. Oh, there you are. I was wondering what I was going to do. Are you the one who made that toilet bell ring? That's right, I still had another napkin lying around. Thanks to that, I managed to make it here, but how did you know to do that? I learned a few things about your ghost tricks during our time together. They certainly can be very useful powers, but at times not so much. I knew that if the internal phones weren't working, you'd be trapped in the death chamber area. So I quickly came up with an alternate route. A route that made use of Sausage Head Spoon and my napkin. Wow, this detective is good. Next time you praise me, go ahead and say it out loud. Anyway, it looks like it's time for a strategy meeting. An escape strategy, huh? This could be interesting. Let's do it. And I guess we have to discuss this. So let's make sure we're both clear. The key to my escape is the darkness. Once the basement power supply is restored, escape will be impossible. So we move under cover of darkness, huh? I know I won't have much trouble with that. But I'm afraid I won't be able to see, so you'll have to lead the way. Lead the way? Once you find a safe spot for me to move to, I want you to give me a signal. Okay, fine, but how? The dead don't have voices. Even if they did, we have to be quiet. Don't you worry about that. I have an idea. Let's just try it and you'll see how it works. This detective just likes to dive right into things, even more than Lynn does. If they find me, I imagine they'll shoot first and ask questions later. But if I die again, we can just start over, right? He says cheerfully. I can see where Lynn inherited her sense of complete flippancy about dying. I don't know if you know it or not, but this is a special person. Yes, actually, we do. Yes, I did hear it. Yes, okay, we had this conversation several chapters ago. They have 4 timid security guards at most. I think I saw some hunters lurking in the darkness, though. Those are the guards. They're wearing night vision goggles. Night vision goggles? They're special glasses that let you see in the dark. Very handy things, and there's apparently something else that Sissel doesn't know about. If I enter their field of vision, it's all over. So it's all about staying out of the guard's line of sight, huh? Make sure you guide me to safe spots. Alright. that taught us basically nothing except giving us groundwork for this episode. Now, about that signal I want you to give me. Oh yeah, how am I supposed to do it? I've already been dead once. I don't know if it's because of that or what, but I can sense your powers now. You what? For example, you're in the bunk right now, aren't you? Wow, I'm impressed. I guess you have a sixth sense. I think it's more like a detective sense. That doesn't sound right somehow. Anyway, the details don't matter. Do you see the Jowd icon here? Hey, look at that. Yeah, where'd that come from? Let's use it as our signal. How will that work? If you touch the Jowd icon, I'll sense it, then I'll move to where you are. So for example, if you move to that spoon and touch the Jowd icon, I'll run to the spoon. Simple, right? Alright, fine. Let's start our escape plan. Just make sure you guide me to safe spots, Sissel. Now, okay, in the end, this is basically a gigantic pain in the butt the entire time. This is the stealth segment I was referring to earlier. Our goal is to move from place to place in this prison and guide Jowd there by sending him a signal. Naturally, Jowd can't see in the dark, but he does have mysteriously developed psychic powers that do nothing but make him even more of a load to us than he was when he was dead. So the first spot we have to guide him to is this bunk, but there's actually something we have to check later. You can actually move back and forth and see the positions of the other guards. I don't know what that guy's doing. Let's see what the hint is. That red light, it's the light of the night vision goggles of one of the guards. I can use the light to let me know where the guard is. And if you watch the light closely, you can tell how the guard is moving too. Very informative in this darkness. Keep a sharp eye out for it. So this guy doesn't appear to be moving. There's also one over here that we can't get to yet. We'll deal with him later. The important thing to note is this guy over here. You can actually see where he's looking as he turns left and right. You can see his little eye move. So we are currently in the bunk, the first safe spot, meaning we have to trick when the guard looks over to the left. So let's do that. And now we've moved once. So now you'll notice this guard is moving. It basically signals that we've reached the next puzzle. We actually have to get into his suit as soon as he gets close enough for Sissel to reach. There we go. And we have to dispose of this guard up in the ceiling when we have the opportunity to do that. It's a bit of a trick. It's very easy to get caught by this guy the first time. There we go, hatch mechanism. And he will slowly make his way back up the stairs. So now our goal is to get Jowd under the steps. I don't believe we can do that yet. We have to actually get to the little area under the staircase. And we should probably close this for now. We have to get into one of these two guards' bulletproof vests in order to make it under the steps. There we go. Actually, no, we have to get up on the landing. My mistake. There we go, and under the stairs. This area under the stairs is a blind spot for the guards. They won't find him here. This spot is safe. Thanks. Not requested hint. So this guy patrols the little area on the first floor, back and forth below the bed where Jowd is. We have to wait for him to pass by and then go up the steps. The other guard, I believe, goes up and down the stairs and he's a bit of a pain to dodge. But really, there we go. All we have to do is wait for this guy to go up the stairs. And then Jowd will run under the steps. We actually get a checkpoint here in case we get Jowd killed by accident. Also, we can move back into the trap door. I mean, we have to do that anyway. But we can move back into the trap door and actually reset the motion of the other guard by knocking them down to the bottom floor again in case we need to reset their cycles and provide another blind spot for Jowd. This is actually by far the most difficult part of this puzzle, because it's the only point where you actually have to dodge two guards at once. The first guard going down the stairs, and the second guard patrolling the lower floor. Our next safe spot for Jowd is inside the trap door, meaning we have to get inside the hatch, which we will do once this guard walks over it. It's very difficult to determine when to ghost in this particular segment, because you can't see any of the objects while the area is dark, and you can't move the camera while you're in ghost mode. So our first goal is to open this hatch when the other guard is not standing on top of it. When he moves past like that. So let's open that, and then when the other guard gets out of the way, past the stairs, then we can guide Jowd into the little cubby hole. So let's do that. and up he goes. And now we can close the hatch. Actually, I don't know if we can do that now. I think this guy's actually gonna fall. I can't close this right now, somebody's falling through it, thanks. Oh. Takes a while for his falling animation to complete, apparently. There we go. It's actually a gigantic pain to get this right unless you know what you're doing. So I do enjoy sort of kicking that guard down a few times in a row, just for therapeutic sake. Look at him go! It's totally worth it just for that jowd rolling animation. That guy can get around. So now, where else can we go? I believe, let's take a look around. How many guards are left? I believe they said there were 4, and that should be the last one over there. So our next goal is to get over to the left where the remaining guard is. Let's see what we can do. We can ring this bell. We can do any number of things that actually make noise and attract the guards. I don't know how many of them are actually useful. Oh, that's right. We wait for the guard coming up the stairs to move back over to us. I believe he moves a bit over to the left. A bit further, allowing us to get to the other side of this room, hopefully. He stalls on the trapdoor for a while to give us an opportunity to knock him down. And I think we established Jowd can even go inside while the guy's falling. And this should allow us to walk over to the left side of this room, closer to where the other guard is. And also to be able to get to another point where we can send a signal to Jowd. So here's the guitar, here's the remaining trapdoor. We did see these earlier in the game. But this is the first time we've actually been able to do anything with it. So now we can roll Jowd over. The guards don't notice him while he's rolling in between floors, which makes things quite a bit easier for us by comparison. So next we move into the drum. Play the drum, which attracts the 4th guard. Now we can actually open this hatch, drop the guard. He's not coming up anytime soon. Let's take a quick peek at where the last guard is. He's coming up, so that's actually kind of dangerous for us. But we can signal Jowd and move him up to the last floor. If I move now, I'm going to fall. Could you close the floor hatch for me? Thanks. Another unrequested hint. We can close his hatch. We have a little time before the last guard comes up. Obviously, he has to come all the way back up the stairs. We can move Jowd to the bunk. Oh wait, Jowd button, not trick button. And there we go. So what do you think? I'd say if we've come this far, we did it. Great job, Sissel. And there's the alarm. The basement generator has been repaired, restoring power to all areas. Perfect time for that. Just as we escaped. Hopefully we'll blind these guards with their night vision goggles, but I guess they didn't really think about that when they were programming this portion. Oddly, that last guard doesn't see Jowd at all, even though he's standing right in front of him. Whew, we just made it. But the question is, what now? I don't have anywhere to go, do I? Maybe I'll go back to my cell. You better be kidding. But I'm still a condemned criminal, you know. I doubt anybody would welcome me with open arms. Why don't you try contacting Lynn? She went to see some Justice Minister guy. So an escaped death row convict is just supposed to report into the Justice Minister, is that it? I kinda like that. Anyway, after all the trouble you went through, I guess I better run. That would be nice, yes. Alright, Sissel, until we meet again. Glad he finally decided to be cooperative. So now I've saved a condemned criminal's life and helped him escape. Was that really the right thing to do? I guess all I can do is believe in Lynn at this point. Detective Jowd was painting my picture in his cell. He knows me. I'm sure I'll be talking to him again. So, we've helped Jowd escape. The only option for us is to get to a phone and get out of here. But what will we do now? We solved Lynn's problem, but we ostensibly have nowhere to go. We have no leads. I don't think we have the Justice Minister's phone. So what do? Hopefully we'll acquire a new lead, and we'll find out where to go on the next episode of Let's Play Ghost Trip. See you all tomorrow.